Hello, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. I see that some of them are still settling in. So, as you guys settle in, and before we call our speakers on stage, on behalf of the entire team at Royal Enfield, I would just like to say a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us here today in Milan as we are ready to script an electrifying new chapter for Royal Enfield. We are here today at this stunning place, the Officine del Volo, and this place is extremely befitting to what we are about to discuss in about the next 60 minutes. Officine del Volo roughly translates into the flying factory. So this place actually used to be an aircraft manufacturing facility in the 40s and perhaps even before. This place was run by great Italian aeronautical engineer and innovator, Gianni Caproni. I hope I got the name right. And he designed and built aircrafts, the first powered aircraft way past in 1910. So long story short, I think this company went into liquidation in the 50s, but in the 2000s, this place where we are sitting here today was renewed, reconstructed, while retaining its legacy past and its very, very rich history. So as you can see, there is really no better place that we could have started this new chapter for Royal Enfield today, because preserving legacy and evolving it for the future are values that Royal Enfield deeply, deeply resonates with. So on that note, to begin the proceedings for the evening today, allow me to welcome on stage CEO of Royal Enfield, B. Govindrajan.
Hi everyone, nice to have you all here. Warm welcome once again. Today for Royal Enfield is a very, very important day. As Swati was mentioning, it's a beginning of a new chapter in Royal Enfield. So I must thank all of you who have taken out time to attend at Milan for this event, and all of you who are watching it online. Thank you very much for your time. Royal Enfield has been riding since 1901. It's about 123 years of legacy. This brand has gone through a lot of seminal events, a lot of challenges, hits, misses, all those things over the years. There's one thing which is very constant is the pure motorcycling mission and being fiercely unique. We will do a very differentiated motorcycles. We will take the less trodden path. We won't take the same path which others are taking. These are all the values which has actually inspired and gave confidence for all of us to take the brand to endure it over the years of 123 years. Currently, if you have to now start looking at where is it Royal Enfield, what's a new chapter, and what's the earlier chapter, all those things have to be actually been explained just to see what's a new chapter and why is it Royal Enfield is actually going there. Let me begin with myself. I joined in this company almost 30 years back. At that point of time, Royal Enfield used to have one plant, which was there in Chennai, 1955 started, and that was also busting at its seams with people and oil everywhere. We used to have only one product, just one platform, one product, one manufacturing plant, as I mentioned. And we used to have a small little 1,000 square feet place where we used to have one dynamometer for the product development with about 6, 7 team members who were working on. Even that dynamometer had to be shut down whenever there are rains because the water will flow in, so you can't test anything. That's the state of the company when we joined. At that point of time, we were making what? Roughly about 1,000 motorcycles per month, give or take about 10 to 12,000 motorcycles in a year. The market wasn't there. The middleweight market wasn't there. That's where Royal Enfield product was available at that point of time. Competition was also coming at during that point of time, and everybody was started looking at commuting motorcycles. People were coming from outside India into India at that point of time with a point A to point B commuting motorcycles. Everybody was actually selling that motorcycles on one particular thing as mileage per kilometer or mileage per kilometer per gallon. At that point of time, I think we were actually trying to figure out what is this brand, where are we taking this brand, and that's when Siddharth joined in this, and we were a very small team. At that point of time, as a small team along with Siddharth and a few of us, we started talking to the dealers, we went and then rode along with the consumers, we went into the market to try to understand what is this brand can offer for the commuters in that sort of a scenario. With all those thinking around that, the Royal Enfield was also not financially doing well at that point of time. So that's when you will see a DNA of testing, failing, learning, and continuously improving as a DNA which is running in this company. We have decided we have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So let's start looking at a lot of piloting in this, understand what consumer wants, with the same values of being unique and very differentiated products, and we won't take the same path with others are doing. We'll take the less trodden path. These values, which had been giving a lot of confidence to us. With that, we started scripting where the brand can be, where the company can be, how the business can be for future. There is one thing which has always helped us to have that confidence is the commercial things had never drove us to run the growth. It was always the pure motorcycling experience which we can give it to the consumers, gorgeous looking motorcycles which can put an happiness on the face of the consumers. This is what was actually driving us, because we are all riders, we enjoy motorcycling, we are very passionate about what we are in building the motorcycles. So here is the company when we started scripting about what is that the next phase for Royal Enfield. In my opinion, that was the chapter 1, the previous chapter of Royal Enfield. From that, one product, one plant, single geography. Once the script was done in that chapter, we started entering into an execution phase with full focus, because we are a company, we are very razor sharp focused company. We don't do too many things. We do only few things, but we do it full. We always call it as, mile deep and an inch wide. That's where we are. That's what is our philosophy, which we always work on it. From one product, first in the chapter when we are doing it, the competencies and capabilities has to be built in an organization. So we went and we actually opened up a technology center in UK. Parallelly, we started working on a technology center in India, both together, as I mentioned, one dynamometer, few guys who were there in the product development. Today, about 650 passionate engineers who are working in building these motorcycles for the entire motorcycling world from Royal Enfield. That's about the competency in the product development side. Equally, we had only one product, as I mentioned. There was Bullet, which been actually for Army, but eventually to the consumers also. With all our passionate engineers, we started building the motorcycles. Today, we have 3 distinct platforms. We have a well-refined air-cooled J series 350cc platform, and a liquid-cooled Sherpa engine platform, which is the K series, and the twin, which is the 650cc platform. So we have 3 platforms, 14 different products, and that's how the number of products which has come in. The product is designed, product can be manufactured. Where do we manufacture? Because there's only one plant, which was also full of the capacity at that point of time. Further expansion wasn't possible in that place, and the technology was also slightly old. Then we started looking at actually setting up the manufacturing place. So we set up 2 world-class manufacturing facilities in Chennai and India. And currently, when we were making 1,000 motorcycles per month, today we make almost about 3,200 motorcycles per day. And every 40 seconds, we manufacture one motorcycle. That's what the growth which has actually happened. When we're doing this motorcycle, the product quality has gone up, and we started actually working with the community more and more. We really felt that, as I mentioned, the market wasn't there. If you have to grow the market, the products are there, and we have the capabilities now, the capacities are there, And we have a very passionate team which is there, but we have to get the consumer in. So we always felt, and going to the market and taking the market is very different role, but we are not like that. We always would like to create a market. We'll work on it constantly. We felt that get more and more people onto the motorcycle. They should ride beyond the motorcycles. And we started working on the community building over the period of time. All these things, when we are doing, obviously the front end where the consumer is interfacing with the product has to be at a different level. It used to be a typical transactional centers of where the motorcycles were sold. We did an entire BRI, the brand retail identity. We completely changed the look feel of the outlets, the retail outlets. Today, that's by far the best premium looking retail outlets in the two-wheeler industry. Currently, from about 100 numbers at that point of time when we were scripting the chapter, we are almost having 2,000 retail outlets in India and around 1,000 retail outlets outside India. That's the total number of retail outlets which are there. With all these activities which has been planned with the chapter 1 and executed, what we achieved is we actually moved that time which I said about 12,000 motorcycles per year. And last year, we have made almost 930,000 motorcycles, of which 100,000 motorcycles have been outside India. That's the growth which has actually happened. During this, we also gained a good market share. We gained a market share of almost about 89% in the middleweight, where we are focused, where our products are there for the consumers in India. And in outside India, wherever the markets which we have entered in the last few years, our gaining of market share also has been very good, because that's an acceptance of the product and the brand. And we are, as of now, number 1 in UK, and we are number 2 in Italy and in Thailand. And that's the kind of market share and the growth. In fact, we are the market share of almost about 24-25% in UK, and about 8-9% in North Americas and Americas, Latin America. So we have been gaining the market share over the period of time. When we are doing all these things, at the crux is also about what is this company, where do we do, what do we see in next decade, and that's where we said rebalance as the new way of doing things. In that, sustainability also came in the center, where all our plants are water positive, and we use renewable energy. Our social missions are well articulated, and then we keep doing this. That, in my opinion, was the chapter 1. So that's an evolution of a company from a one product, one plant, a small team, and how we have grown, which I was just explaining. And that entire evolution, I would like to actually show you a small video about the evolution of Royal Enfield. Video, please. That's the Royal Enfield, which was scripted in the chapter 1, from a single plant, single location, single product. It has become a multicultural, multi-product, multi-countries, multi-geographies, a global company as of now, which is actually exporting products to almost about 64 countries, and we have CKD plants at different locations. It has become a truly a global company. And we are the leaders in the market share in the middleweight across the globe. That's about the chapter 1, and the person who has actually helped us to lead and strategizing the chapter 1, Mr. Siddharth Lal. Now, I thought I will put the pressure back on his shoulder to help us out to understand what's in the new strategy for entering into the next chapter. Now I'll invite Siddharth Lal, Managing Director of Eicher Motors. Over to you, Siddharth.
Thanks, Govind. Really well said, man. That was really good. Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you again, all of you, for being here. And what's obviously a very important day for us, a very special day for Royal Enfield. We've, as Govind said, I've been around in Royal Enfield for 25 years. He's older, so he's been around for 30. But as he said, we've done things very unconventionally over the years. We've tried to do things very different. So when we were faced with the first huge challenge of Royal Enfield, which was survival, what did we do? That was 25 years ago. We didn't go to the main market in India, which is our core market, first, at least our home market. We didn't go into the 100cc segment, which was where all the action was. That was over 99% of the sales. We chose to be present and to grow and do something that we love, that our customers love, that we believe we can add value to over years and decades. And that was, in India, it was called bigger bikes. Now we call it mid-size bikes or middleweight bikes, but it was bigger bikes. And what we did was, and that's what we brought on the table, which we're going to bring onto the EV table, which is once we decided that that's what we're going to do, we put our energy and focus and heart and soul and love into one idea of pure motorcycling, of simple, beautiful, old school, modernized motorcycling. And it took us a decade to even see any success. But we persisted, right? We just kept at it. We kept persisting because we knew that that's where we wanted to get to. And once we got successful, which took us a decade to even start seeing any success, then we built on top of that foundation. We had new platforms, we had new geographies, new plants, and now the result, as Govind said, we're number 1 in the world in mid-size motorcycles. We have, we're going towards 1 million motorcycles, in a year, not too far away from now, and growing. Even in markets that are not growing, we are growing. So it's, essentially we've done something very different to a market which was unloved in India and around the world. Even around the world, people loved, big bikes and maybe commuters, but the middle market was ignored by all the big players. And now all of them, they're running after us, right? They're trying to copy us and our playbook, but we're going forward. We're doing new things which won't allow them to catch up. So that's the petrol story, really. But like I said, today, for us, it's not just another launch, really. We're done with just one more launch, but this is really monumental for the way we look at it in Royal Enfield. This is the next chapter, after the first chapter of mid-size motorcycles that took us 25 years, and it's still going to go, right? We're still going to carry on. We're still going to do amazing things, and you'll see some of that tomorrow at the EICMA stand. Today is more electric focus, but we've got a lot more planned in our petrol journey. Having said that, we have the bandwidth, we have the capability, we have the enjoyment and fun to get into something totally different and new, which is EV, but that's the scale of how we're looking at it, which is our next chapter for the next 25 years starts today, right? And the reason we believe we can do it is because we are going to put the same focus, the same unconventional wisdom. It's a market that's not been cracked, the EV two-wheeler market, right? It's not been cracked. Sure, there are some smaller, let's say, scooters, utility products that are selling, which are great. I think they do a fabulous job at what they're supposed to do. But the big ones are not selling, the mid ones are not selling. Nothing else has really got any traction in the world today, in the world of two-wheeler EV. So, um, and a lot of people say, well, why can't people do a Tesla in EV and make big, beautiful motorcycles? It doesn't work. It's, Tesla can disguise tons of battery in a car, which is easy to disguise. I think those cars weigh as much as one of our Eicher trucks, for example. They're just very heavy, but they're all below, and you're sitting on top and driving, and it's, there's no problem. But on a motorcycle, if you want a long-range motorcycle, you've got this. I mean, you can't have it right now with the current technology. It's not possible because you've got this. The battery is going to be too big, too heavy, too expensive, and it's not interesting. And then you get range anxiety, you get charging issues if you're going long distance, all of that. So we figured that given the EV landscape, given our approach to things, which was, again, we started working on EV so many years ago. It's nearly a decade. It's been at least 7, 8 years more. We started thinking, started planning, started understanding. We don't want to come out with a product. We want to understand, what are people looking for? Why are they here? What are they? And what does the technology of electric bring different? Now, EV is a very disruptive technology, and it's got some huge advantages like torque and clean and no emissions and very few moving parts and various others. But it has these disadvantages, right? That you can't have long range right now on a motorcycle, at least. So then we went back and we said, what do we love? What does Royal Enfield bring on the table? What is our pure motorcycling take on EV, right? So with all of these things, we put our heads together and we said, an understanding from consumers especially and from Ari's pure motorcycling philosophy is that what's really missing is something that's really lightweight, absolutely drop-dead gorgeous, fun, premium, exciting, and city plus. Our customers told us, if you just want to roam around in the city, we've got a motorcycle, right? We've got a scooter or whatever, EV, no problem, we can move around the city. But we want city plus. Like, we do a lot of our testing in Barcelona because UK, Chennai, whatever. Barcelona is lovely weather and nice place to do testing. We go there. Those hills around Barcelona, we were there, some of us, for the Guerrilla launch. Beautiful. People want to go on those hills, right? And with their EV. If you're in Chennai, you want to go to Mahabalipuram for a little cheeky ride up. It's 40 kilometers or so. If you're in LA, you want to go to Topanga or someplace, or I don't know, in Milan, how far? Como, maybe, I don't know, is that maybe Lago Como or something. So you want to do extra urban, you want to go a little bit out, but this is not for long distance, right? That's what we understood and discovered. Because as soon as you go long distance, all the battery pack issues, it becomes big, heavy, expensive, all of that. So that's what we're bringing on the table. Lightweight, city plus maybe, gorgeous, amazing UI, UX, all of that. And the way we look at it is, we are going for disruption. We're not going for a little, throwing a dice and hoping for the best. We believe in this. We believe in what we're doing. We believe in this as a starting point of a family that's going to grow, of urban plus vehicles. And we are going to keep at it as we do, doggedly, keep evolving, keep changing, but with this concept and idea in mind. And we believe if it's not a breakthrough day 1, it'll, day 2, day 3, day 4. We're going to keep at it. And because we believe in this idea, and we've built up tremendous team, both in UK and India and other parts of the world. We've got a 200+ strong team. We've got a commercial team that's really strong. We've got 8 patents now and growing. And 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 even the commercial team is fully dedicated, business, commercial, marketing. It's very, very focused approach now to EV, which is quite separate from everything else, so that we can continue our petrol motorcycles and give all the love to those, but have a totally different setup approach for EV. So that's how we're going about it. And then we have great partners and around the world. So we're growing that network of partners and other things. And of course, Stark is one of those. We acquired a stake in them a couple of years ago, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. We don't do much of this. We don't have much M&A action in RE. But when we absolutely love something, we go after it, and they're very good partners. And actually, on that note, they partners with us on what's another joy of ours. Before we get to the main course, we've got an appetizer for you. What's another joy for us, which is our Himalayan test bed. Last year in Milan, Himalayan electric test bed, sorry. Last year in Milan, you saw it in EICMA. We had test bed version 1. Today, the same concept, but we've changed everything. We've got version 2 of the Himalayan test bed. So here's a little film on that for all of you. Thank you very much. And now we have the Himalayan electric test bed. Ed, ooh. Yeah, there you go. Ed was the star of that movie there, you know, that film there, and he's here. He's come straight from the Himalayas in his gear and all of that. So here it is, the Himalayan electric test bed. As you know, it's been fully changed from the last time around. It's the batteries are different, motors are different, everything is different. There's this lovely thing here, which hopefully you get to see, which is, but yeah, it's all different, all new. Again, it's something that we just absolutely love and enjoy doing, right? Have you enjoyed riding it, Ed? So he's been out there and just having a great time, and it's our test bed for everything we do electric, right? Anything interesting, we have an idea, we pop it in here. We've got idea for new way of doing things, new UI UX, new way of screen interaction. You know, what did we have? You said we have the electronic suspension. So we've just tried everything different, new on this. It's for our enjoyment, our fun. We're just making a few of these. Hopefully, you know, next year some of you get to just ride it. It's not for production, unless of course, you know, something drastic happens. But not 2.0 maybe 3.0, maybe 4.0. But we keep having versions of it. We're trying new things on it, and here it is. We're so excited about it. Thank you very much, Ed. Cheers. Thank you, guys. He's left trails of dust all over here, but yeah, so that's it. We're just really, really excited about our future. And to tell you more about the future, there's a gentleman who I met. The first time I met him was at the first ever unveiling and launch of Scrambler Ducati at EICMA. I don't know how many years ago was it? 10 years ago. And we had a lovely chat, and eventually we became friends, and then eventually we said one day we must work together. And here he is, Mario Alvisi, Chief Growth Officer for electric vehicles at Royal Enfield. Cheers, Mario.
Thank you, Sid.
All yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Sid. Hello, everyone. Ciao a tutti. It's beautiful to be back in Milan to present this incredible project that, an incredible team has been working on for years now. And, we will discover what just landed on the world from another planet in a few minutes. But before going there, let me share with you, how we got here. And, also, I can start with a personal story. So, when my wife and I decided to move from Los Angeles to Chennai with a 3-month-old baby to join Royal Enfield, I knew that, Sid just said something about it. I knew that Royal Enfield is a great company. I knew it's a global player, a great global player in the motorcycle industry. I visited already their factories. I was astonished by the technological advancement. And, I worked in Europe, in the US, so I've seen something in my life. I was, I met the team, talented people. I saw the tech centers. And so I knew all these things. But the one thing that I was not aware of was the attention that Royal Enfield puts on listening to people, listening to customers all over the world. Thank you so much. And so basically, so when I joined the team over there in product strategy, the product strategy team had already talked with more than 5,000 people globally in all the different regions. And, motorcyclists, Royal Enfield customers, no motorcyclists yet people. And so what they basically realized is that the world is changing, is evolving very fast, and there is a new group of customers that is growing globally. And basically, they have some specific preferences, right? So they have like individual preferences and social preferences. From an individual standpoint, we divided in 2 categories, emotional and rational. So from an emotional standpoint, they want something that is exciting, agile, and customizable. But at the same time, they want something that is accessible, connected, with a good value for money. Then, there are social preferences. And so responsibility, social responsibility. So they want something that is clean and quiet and sustainable, but at the same time with no compromise with the style that they want to show. They want their products to be an extension of their own personality. And so they want this motorcycle product, whatever, to me, sophisticated and unmistakably different from anything that there is in the market. So we gathered together with the team and we discussed about, a few things. So the first question was, is there anything right now available in the market that is answering all these needs? And the clear answer was no. There are many good products, but none of them is answering all these needs. So we said, can we make something like this? And we said, yeah, of course we can. Of course we can, and we have to make it the Royal Enfield way. But to make something like this means to create a completely new product category. And to create a completely new product category, you need something special. You need something that is authentic, that is very strong, that has something unique. And so the help came from our history, from the Royal Enfield history. And we have a special message for all of us today.
I was born to fly high. Back then, I came from the sky, parachuted into the fields of Europe, when "We shall never surrender" was our shout of hope. Brave hearts who needed a dream machine with as much resilience as them. I was nimble, adapted to my surroundings, became a symbol of freedom and victory. And so my story as the flying flea began. The peace that followed was a joyful spring for me. I found a new purpose in the booming urban landscapes of yesteryears. So I took to the streets the way I was designed. Lightweight, easy, nimble, efficient. A way for people to confidently navigate their world and explore new ones. Moving forever forward, our world has sped up. City life flashes past. People get by, moving how they have to, gridlocked, weighed down, waiting for a spark, the one I was born with. Just like back then, they dream of a better tomorrow, lighter, easier, more joyful. I think it's time for me to fly back to you, to the forward thinkers, the dreamers, the visionaries, the connoisseurs, the lovers, to connect people, to make life lighter, a new generation waiting on a new legend. Because that's the thing about me. I never truly stopped flying.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Flea is back, and this is the first surprise for the day. So we are not just launching a product, a motorcycle, we are launching a completely new brand, a new galaxy inside the Royal Enfield universe. So, as you see in the logo, there are many elements. I want to describe them to you. So first of all, we have the parachute that is, the symbol of the Flying Flea and represents this kind of light and calm, but also exciting experience. On the parachute, we have the bolt that is the spark that originates this new idea. It represents also the electric technology that is inside this bike. And in the back, you have the Flying Flea piece of art, the FF. That is our playground, the playground that we want to share with all the people that will join us in this Flying Flea movement. And on the logo, you see that Royal Enfield is endorsing Flying Flea, is supporting it. So we have a very strong brand behind our shoulders. So Flying Flea is going to have its own social media channels, its own website, and of course, its own products. As Siddhartha was mentioning, we built a completely vertical inside the company. And so basically we have 200 plus engineers led by my dear friend Umesh Krishnappa, that is here with us, of course. And people in product strategy, sales, marketing, and whatever, service and whatever. So we introduced the new brand, but I know that everyone is waiting to know what's here underneath this teal parachute. And I think it's the moment now to show it to you. And so, please everyone, fasten your seatbelt and get ready to fly with us. So, ladies and gentlemen, the Flying Flea C6. So beautiful. So, the three things that characterize this motorcycle, this new concept that is more than a motorcycle, are authentic design, cutting-edge technology, and an incredible, unique, and accessible riding experience. So let me talk about the authentic design. First of all, the one thing that I imagine everyone noticed is this beautiful front suspension is a girder fork. So this suspension was quite popular in the 30s and the 40s, and the ID team, led by Mark Wells, full of amazing talents, has been able to recreate an incredible fork that delivers not just in a unique and authentic style, but also a unique riding experience. This is the only motorcycle available in the market that uses this kind of front suspension. The other thing that I love about this bike is the frame. This aluminum forged frame that is very harmonic and connects the girder fork with the rest of the bike. And in the middle, you have this, again, piece of art that is the battery. The team in Chennai has worked relentlessly on this, and basically the design is very unique. So you have, you can see the front wings that are like odd number and represents the technology, the advanced technology that is inside of the bike, and the back wings on the battery that basically are on even number and that are calmer, that are softer, and represents the kind of heritage, and they merge together in the central space, creating a sort of a wing that is really beautiful and unique. There are many other characteristics that, are like the continuation of the original Flying Flea. Of course, the single seat that you can see here. We have also an accessory that allows, will allow everyone to have the double seat, and then the rounded headlamp, and then the dashboard that is a touchscreen TFT dashboard. But the other thing that, is very characteristic and unique of this bike is the cutting-edge technology. So it's an authentic design, authentic style, but at the same time as this technological soul. So as Sid was mentioning, this bike has already 28 patents that have been filed by the team. And it's a truly advanced and connected vehicle. The main concept here is that this bike grows with the rider. So thanks to the technology, the in-house built software, and all the technology that the team has been able to develop, the bike adapts to the rider and suggests to the rider a different style of riding if they want to optimize, for example, riding experience or improving mileage, or to create a captivating riding feel. The other big characteristic of this motorcycle is this vehicle control unit, which integrate all the physical and digital touch points, that is powered by a tailor-made chip that is specifically made for the Flying Flea. So this VCU enables more than 200,000 ride mode combinations, and constantly monitors your bike when you are away to alert you if it's disturbed or moved, and you can also receive, up to date with over-the-air updates. So full of technology, beautiful style, but what about the experience that you have? The final experience is, I would say, exciting and easy to ride. We, as Sid was mentioning, we went to Barcelona 1 month ago to test this bike together with many other colleagues. And, the experience we had was incredible, not just in traffic, as you see here. in the video. The bike is very nimble, it's very agile, easy to maneuver, and also it's very easy to touch the ground with both feet for everyone. But it's also a lot of fun. So we went outside of the city in this City Plus concept, and we were racing on the twisty roads, and I can tell you, we had a lot of fun. And the other point is that we always felt very safe because the bike features cornering ABS, traction control, and all the advanced safety features that this kind of product wants to have. So Flying Flea is going to be our brand that is dedicated to the City Plus environment for people that want something that is clean, that is accessible, that is sophisticated, and rides in an exciting way. This is the first product, the Flying Flea C6, and many other products are going to come. And so I have another surprise for you today, because we have cooked a lot of stuff. And we want to give you a glimpse of the future, of what is going to happen right after the launch of the Flying Flea C6. And so look at the side screens and check out what we prepared for you. Approved and ready for the drop, the Flying Flea S6, our scrambler version on the 6 platform that is going to arrive a few months after the Flying Flea C6. And if you want to get updated about all the new things that are going to happen, and there are going to be many in the next few days, months on the Flying Flea world, you can go on flyingflea.com and check the website. You can check our social media channels, or for the ones that are following us from home, you can use the QR code here and subscribe our newsletters. And so you can have all the updates and you can be the first ones to receive all the news about the Flying Flea world. So a lot of products will come, but this is all for now. A new brand, I think it's enough. A new brand, a new motorcycle here, a new motorcycle that will come after this. And so thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much to all the people that have been following from home. And live lightly, feel free, and join the Flying Flea movement. Thank you.